Hey traders, welcome back. Now today we're exploring the intraday trendline reversal trading strategy. Trendline reversals are easy to use and they work like a charm on intraday timeframes. Now by studying reversals, you can better understand how trends change and how to spot key turning points in the broader market. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to trade intraday trendline reversals step by step. Are you ready? All right, let's get to it. The trend line is a straight line drawn on a price chart that connects two or more price points to illustrate the direction of a price trend. It's a visual tool used to identify potential areas of support or resistance. Now, a trend line can be drawn with just two price points. For our reversal trading purposes, in an uptrend, you're going to connect two higher lows. In a downtrend, you're going to connect two lower highs. The key to trading intraday reversals using trend lines is price testing the trend line a third time. When price touches the trend line for the third time and bounces off of it, the trend is confirmed. If not, a reversal may be developing. But trading trend lines can be problematic. How can we avoid fake outs? Now, a good way to improve performance is to consult one of our favorite technicals, the RSI. The RSI can tell us when to buy or when to sell, and we can use our trend line to get into the markets. Okay, let's trade. When you're ready to cash in with the trendline reversal strategy, head on over to switchmarkets.com and bring your ambition into focus. Trade thousands of global markets with fast and simple funding using 0% commission accounts. Open an account in 3 easy steps. Now, for all funded accounts, they will receive access to the Algobuilder.com AI coding platform. You can create your own trading robots without any coding at all, maybe including some of those using the trendline reversal. This is a $59 a month value, absolutely free when you fund your Switch Markets account. So if you're interested in the power of AI and want to cash in on the trendline reversal, check out Switch. Okay, the first setup that we're going to look at here is going to be a sell. Now, in order for us to get a sell, we've got to have the market in overbought conditions. That means the RSI has got to be above 70. Once it gets above 70, we're going to look to sell. Now, in order for us to get into the market, we've got to have a bar close beneath our trend line. Okay, and then we're going to set our risk versus reward at a minimum of 1 to 2. So right now I'm going to show you where to put your stop losses and your profit target, and we're also going to break down our entry. This is a 4-hour chart on the Euro USD, a pretty darn good time frame to start with. Granted, some of these trades may not close intraday. They might actually go into the overnight and be a swing trade, but still pretty good stuff. Now, the biggest thing you're going to have to do to be successful with a trend line approach of any kind is get good at drawing trend lines. I highly recommend keeping it as easy as possible. You're looking for swing lows to line up. That's it. We're looking for 2 touch points. 2 touch points gives us a trend line, and then it's all about what happens on the third occasion. It's either going to hit our trend line and bounce up, or it's going to break through, give us our close, and then we're going to be able to short the market. So this is a sell setup. Let's go ahead and have at it. We're using our market replay function here on TradingView, and let's roll forward in time. And let's see exactly what happens. Okay, right there. Beautiful. There's our close. There's our negative close. It's beneath our trend line. That suggests that the market may be in a position to reverse. Now, you can see we already bounced up a little bit, but where would our entry be? Well, we've got a couple of options. We could go short right on that bar close as soon as possible to be aggressive, or we could wait for a pullback to the trend line. That's going to be something for another video. Let's keep it real simple right now. There's your close. We're already short. Where are we going to put our stop loss? The most intuitive place to put your stop loss is above this swing high. The previous swing high is where you're going to want to be on a sell. Now remember, you're in overbought territory. Really just a beautiful trade here. You've got a nice stop loss up here. You've got your entry point right around that close. And just by eyeballing this, we're looking at 148. What do we got? 148.56 to the top side would be our stop loss. And then our entry point is somewhere right around 130.09. So we're going to need to get a few pips here. I recommend putting on at least a 1 to 2 here. We're trading reversals. All right, and we're going against the trend. You've got to get paid for that added risk. Very, very important that we do that. So if you're looking at market structure, you could set your profit target down in here, down at the beginning of the trend. That gives you a nice, big, juicy trade, or you could bring it right up in here and make it just sort of a solid 1 to 2. That's up to you. The biggest thing that the trend line reversal strategy can do is it can give you a solid place to get out of the market. We know where our stop loss is. We know that we're playing a reversal. Reversals are big moves. So there's an added risk quotient to this type of trading. Be sure that you lock in, get solid confirmation, put your stop loss down, and then identify your profit target either according to a 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, or market structure, and you'll be just fine. Okay, that's the sell side. Let's take a look at the buy side. Okay, let's take a look at the trendline buy. Now, this is just as simple as the sell, but I think you guys are going to like this trade a little bit more. This is a 5-minute US 100 chart. A lot of folks really love the short time frames, but just remember, timing is everything with short time frames, but the mechanics of the trend line, they're the same. They're going to work the same. You just have to know when's the best time to trade. And right here, we have a US 100 setup that's intriguing. It's an advanced trade, but this type of setup may be one that you can look at in the future, especially for the US indices this time of day. So the buy side, what are we going to do? The RSI has got to be under 30. The market has to be oversold. Second, we need a bar close above our trend line. And third, we set up our risk versus reward and just build the trade the same as we just did, just inverted. So we've got our trend line built right here. We've got our 2 touch points. Now on a 5-minute chart, US 100, make sure that these are obvious. If you're in flat market conditions, you're going to get chopped up. I would make sure that these are relatively obvious. That's a nice spike high. Here's another spike high. So you say, Shane, but on the fly, I wouldn't really know, where my next touch point's going to be. I'd say, well, this isn't obvious. This down here, it's not obvious. Look at that. You're sort of going through. It's like the trend. Wait for that pullback. Wait for that swing high. Make it obvious, especially on short time frames. I can't stress that enough. Nice big swing high, nice big swing high. That sort of represents the pullback off the downtrend. The real question is where do we go from here? We know the market is in oversold territory. We've got our 2 touch points. We're ready to rock and roll. Now, the beauty of this trade is it's developing about an hour and 15 minutes before that US Open, and that's when we see a big flurry of action come into the US 100. So the rules are the same. We're waiting for our confirmation bar. So let's go ahead and roll forward in time using our market replay functionality. And you can see right there, you've sort of got another swing low. And then what do you got? Right there's your close. That's going to be your entry point. Now, I realize that this is happening fast on the sort of the replay function. These are a 5-minute chart. You're going to have plenty of time to figure this out in the live market. So if that's your entry point right there on the buy, where is your stop loss going to be? You're in oversold territory here. You're even back down in oversold territory here on this swing low. Stop loss is relatively simple. Right beneath that swing low, I always say don't be a pork chop, shade that by a few pips, and now you're rocking and rolling, and you're ready to take your position really into the U.S. session. You've got good trade location. You're already long. You've got your sort of your risk versus reward. You know it's got to be at least a 1 to 2. You've got good market structure. On a 5-minute chart, something that's this compressed, I would be using market structure almost exclusively as opposed to just a fixed risk versus reward. And let's just roll forward in time and see what happens. 5-minute chart, you know that you've got really a minimal risk here. It's a decent range, but still dial down your leverage 1 to 3% on each trade. And there you go. You've got in on your nice bullish move. You're going to go up there and you're just going to get in on really a bullish US Open. And that's really what this trading's all about. So that right there is a good look at a 5-minute sell, a great trade setup. Maybe that's one you can look for every day in front of the US Open that may in fact pay you big dividends moving forward. So that's a buy side. That's a sell side. We showed you both. 4-hour chart on the Forex is one I really like. But if you're really want to get into the market, intraday time frames, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you can use them all. Just do a little back testing first and figure out what is the best approach for you and your capital constraints and also your time constraints. If you have all day to trade, maybe just maybe you can use these 5-minute charts. If you don't, maybe you want to go back and take a look at a longer time frame. All right, that's it. That's a buy, that's a sell. That's trendline trading. Trendline reversals with RSI. Trend lines are simple, powerful technical tools. With a bit of practice, you will get good at drawing trend lines, and it won't take very long. Now master your time frame and your stops, and you'll catch those big moves. But here's the golden rule. When the trend line holds, it's time to fold. If it doesn't break, you got to get out. Okay, that's all for now. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.